Welcome. My name is Erin James Brown. I serve as the pastor at Bethany Memorial Church right across the street and also as the chaplain here on Bethany College campus. Welcome to Matriculation. If you are unable to make it inside the space today, we do have a live stream of the event happening just across the way in Wales. It's air conditioning over there, so you can make your way. We open with a blessing. Will you pray with me? Source of every human hope, whose love and care anchors us all. We gather here to seek fulfillment that none of us can find alone. Kindle our courage as we step out onto this new ground. May our eyes feel powerful with energy to see the path of plenitude opening before us. Though our destination is not yet clear, we can trust the eternal island in our hearts, that it is grace and peace and justice which comes from you. May we unfurl ourselves into this new beginning. Awaken our spirits to adventure. Let us hold nothing back, learning to find ease in risk. For we will soon be at home in this new rhythm. For our souls sense that the world awaits us. Amen.
See if we can do this. There we go. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. I say good afternoon. My name is Jamie Caridi, and I have the pleasure of serving as the president of Bethany College. Certainly, faculty, please be seated. To the students, you did it. Welcome to college. Give yourself a round of applause. All right, I saw some half-hearted claps there, and I know the football team had a kind of a scrimmage today, so you're probably tired, and we turned the heat up on you. But one more time, welcome to college! And what an entrance as we begin our 2023 Matriculation Convocation. Thank you for being with us today as we celebrate our newest students and the start of what I am confident will be a meaningful, life-changing journey. At this moment, the energy and excitement in Old Main is palpable, and I believe I speak for all of us in sharing just how eager we are to see the difference you will make to our beautiful campus and in the world outside of it. You know, what we just witnessed here, what we just witnessed as our new students walked through the Ogilvy gates was the continuation of a long-standing tradition, one that has connected students with Bethany College for generations. It was an act that frankly will not occur again until your graduation. In my brief time as president, I've really come to appreciate this tradition because in witnessing such academic regalia as our faculty are wearing upon us, as well as walking as a class to this very spot, you are getting a wonderful glimpse of what is to come from years from now at commencement. It'll be a very similar experience 4 years from now. Now, I know that day may seem very far away right now, but it will arrive, And when it does, you will be cheered on by the extraordinary partners who walked alongside you on your path to success, just as they did into Commencement Hall today. I encourage you students now to look around at your faculty. Take a look at your faculty. Really look, because each professor is here to guide you and prepare you to pursue what calls to your heart. So ask questions, collaborate with them, conduct research with them, and leverage every opportunity to learn and lead with them. Such relationships pay life-altering dividends that you cannot begin to fully imagine right now. I promise you that. I also encourage you to discover the same commitment in our staff, all of whom want you to succeed as well. So seek them out when you need assistance or support of any kind, knowing that they have faith and confidence in you to be your own person with your own very special gifts. Having honored one tradition with you already as you begin this convocation, I'm also very excited about another tradition later in our program, one that dates back to the 1800s. Before we end our time together in Commencement Hall today, you will each be asked to sign the Matriculation book, which has been signed by thousands of students before you. In signing this book, you will be agreeing to several things. First and foremost is to pursue your education with hard work, study, and a servant's heart. You will also be agreeing to embrace the world of diversity in your friendships and in this community, as well as agreeing to proudly represent Bethany College both on campus and off. And of course, you will be agreeing to stay on track to graduate so you can earn the distinguished title of being a Bethany alumni. How do we know you will accomplish each of these commitments? It's easy, because you're at Bethany College, and we are here to help you reach your full potential, and you can count on it. Now, as the largest class in a decade, you are the largest class to arrive at Bethany College in over a decade. You also bring a wealth of stories and perspectives, cultures and backgrounds, and we want to learn from you. So share your thoughts as you stretch your mind and challenge your comfort zone. I don't want you to just bring part of you to Bethany College. I want you to bring all of you to Bethany College. Our founder, Alexander Campbell, actually envisioned Bethany College as a place where upon graduation, students would become their own teachers and pupils, and they would continue their education throughout their lives. Now, more than 180 years later, we are still embracing his vision to educate effective, honorable, humane, and intelligent citizens who believe and will promote the creation of a world of worth and value. Now it's your turn to create, grow, learn, debate, and develop your path, all while helping others and partnering with one another in finding solutions to society's most challenging problems. Now, during your journey with us, you will also continue to invest in your education and overall experience by providing more opportunities to engage your mind, your body, and your spirit. For example, we've recently added new majors in criminal justice, digital marketing, and healthcare management, as well as new minors in game development and esports game management. A new 4+1 master's program in the MBA further augments our recent academic offerings. So there's a multitude of opportunities that await you. Now, beyond our physical campus, we have extended the Bethany footprint by establishing very unique partnerships for student success with the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine, Northeast Ohio Medical University, and West Virginia University's Reed College of Media. Students will also now have options to pursue a Doctor of Physical Therapy with Wheeling University, learn American Sign Language, have access to dual enrollment programs in teacher education and nursing with West Liberty University, and enjoy guaranteed access to veterinary and medical school through a groundbreaking new partnership we just executed with St. George's University in the Caribbean. Who wants to go down to the Caribbean? I can't be the only one. So these partnerships are just the beginning, folks. Now, outside of academics, we've added men's volleyball this year with women's wrestling and women's acrobatics and tumbling to start next year. We're also renovating a bunch of spaces on campus, which I know some of you have already encountered, including establishing a new esports arena that'll be ready in about a month. We've recently opened the newly renovated Harlan Hall, which some of you were lucky enough to get assigned to, and we've updated 2 different laboratories in academics. We're also embarking on a major expansion to our athletic and recreation center. So before long, you will have the opportunity to work out in a state-of-the-art fitness center. And we also plan to have a restaurant up there as well. I share all these accomplishments because none of this would be possible without the incredible support of the Bethany community, the same community that celebrates you today. I'm proud of everyone here because I've seen firsthand the dedication they all bring to their classes, to moving our mission forward, and to life here at the college. We all want the best for you, and we will never stop working to help you reach your dreams. Having met with so many alumni across our country, I know they believe in you, and they have your back as well. Why? Because we all know what a blessing it is to be connected to this very special place. And if you don't know it yet, you're going to know it soon. This place has developed and inspired servant leaders and launched thousands of successful careers. Our alumni also know something else. They know that the journey here and at every college may not always be easy. You may find yourself having to push through unexpected social or academic challenges. You may find yourself suddenly debating between this path or that one as new subjects spark deeper interest. But that's the joy of paths, isn't it? They can be circuitous. They can be straight. They can be bumpy or muddy or clear. But they eventually take you where you need to be. You just need to stay on them to find your way forward so you can see where they eventually lead. The best part is that you never walk the path alone when you are part of the Bison family. Without a doubt, you chose an amazing time to be at our college. Together with our campus and our alumni, we are building for a lifetime, all while propagating a culture of civility and respect, honoring the dignity of every member of our community, and encouraging each of us to be the best version of ourselves. So be your best self. Be curious. Be creative. Be kind. Be of service to others. Be helpful. Be challenged. Be open to new ideas. Be excited by learning. Be a good friend. Be a true colleague. Be a team player. Be a proud Bison. And most importantly, be what you are called to be at Bethany College. Congratulations. I'm so excited to have the honor to welcome you to our family. It's now my honor to invite to the podium Juliana Rush to welcome you on behalf of the Student Government Association.
Good afternoon, and welcome, fellow Bethanians. My name is Julianne Rush, and I am your current Student Government Association President. I am glad to see you and your families here today, and I would like to congratulate you on this next step in your life. I know it can be confusing and stressful, but it's also going to be exciting, and you will be given so many different opportunities. You can't be afraid to do things that you've never done before. This is not a place for you to stay the same back where you were in your hometown. Bethany College, we strive to grow as individuals and as a family. If you were to tell me that 3 years ago I would have been able to create a club or been president of many organizations on campus or to be able to create a support team of students and faculty, I probably would have said that would have never happened. Bethany gives you the opportunities to do these things for yourself. And I want to give you some advice on your start to your Bethany journey. First, connect. Get to know your classmates. Like right now, go ahead. Turn to your left, turn to your right, turn forward, turn back, say hi. Because these are the people that you're going to be with for the next 4 years. So, to do this, we want to break out the barrier. We want your Bethany first year experience to be something that you remember forever. Whether or not you graduate together does not matter.
All right, now, that's enough.
So whether or not you graduate together will not matter in the long run. It's going to be the friends and the communities you build here on campus that will. Second off, get involved. Bethany offers over 30 clubs and communities on campus. We have a great Greek life system, and we have many sports teams. But they're not just sports teams. They feel like a family. Surround your people with your families. Plus, there are so many different ways you can hold a leadership position in your first year. So make sure that on Monday night you're spending time at the activities fair, because you will enjoy all of the activities we have to offer. Third, get yourself out of your room. Bethany's Welcome Week is filled. Go to the concert next Saturday night, enjoy the picnic on Sunday, go see the comedian, and go to class. The relationships that you can build with your professors by attending class and attending your professor's office hours are the ones you're going to cherish the most. The first time that I was on campus, I would have never thought that my professors that I have now are some of the closest people that I can count on. They care about you, and so do I. Okay? It is your responsibility now to get yourself out of your room. Your parents aren't here to nag you. Your attendance and your scores will reflect that. Fourth, use your campus resources. We have a wellness center. If you get sick or you feel like you're starting to drift, please go see them. They are here for you. We also have security. If you don't feel safe or you feel like something shouldn't have happened, contact them. Get in contact with the Career Center as early as possible. I was able to get an internship from the Career Center that was paid from an alumni through the Career Center. Also, get in contact with the Learning Center. There are tutors on campus, and there's a writing staff that can help you. Your RAs are also there to help you as well. Finally, soak up everything you can. Bethany is a liberal arts college. Take this to heart. Expose yourself to different areas that you might have never seen. Take a sculpting class, or the out of blues into rock class. Discover a different religion. That's what Bethany's here for you to do. Taking classes that are not in your major is going to make you a better, well-rounded individual. This is also going to help you discover something new about yourself. You might even like it enough to make it your minor. Also, Bethany College is home to beautiful forests. Hike the trails, go to the waterfalls, and check out a hammock from the library and just enjoy nature. One more thing, check your emails. Too many things get skipped over, and your email is kind of like your lifeline here. We don't really have a text group. Weather updates, events on campus, meeting notifications, and class notifications are all in your email. Please look at it at least once a day. Today is your day. Make it count and start to make a name for yourself. You came to Bethany to do just that, to better yourself and expose yourself to a new part of life. Every one of you will create an impact on this world and represent Bethany with pride. I look forward to seeing you all grow your first year, and make sure you celebrate each other's accomplishments, but also give them support during their downfalls. This life is a roller coaster, but we are not riding this alone. The people sitting next to you are in this too. Once again, congratulations on taking your next step in life, and I wish you all the best. Roll Bison.
Thank you, Juliana. Before we move to our next speaker, I'm going to call this house to order. I expect respect and dignity of every speaker. I just spoke about that. I will treat every person here on this campus with that respect and dignity, and I will treat you like the adults that you are. I expect the same in return. Thank you.
My name is Melanie Sinclair. I'm the Associate Provost of Academic Affairs. The faculty of Bethany College represent a long tradition of excellence in teaching and learning. Will you, the faculty of Bethany College, challenge and nurture these new students who today become part of this community of scholars? Will you lead them in their search for knowledge and wisdom? Will you guide and sustain them as they explore new paths of adventure and discovery? I will. I join with my colleagues as we seek ways to make learning lively, to quicken the life of the mind, to encourage moral, imaginative, and critical thinking, and to engage the class of 2023 with the best of human thought, old and new.
Good afternoon. 93 years ago, that sounds kind of fancy, doesn't it? 183 years ago, 102 young men faced a long journey into Bethany, Virginia, to begin the first session of study at a new college. Like you, they traveled rather rough roads into the wilderness, following the Buffalo Creek in from Washington, Pennsylvania, taking the path that would become the trolley route from Wheeling, or boating down the Ohio River from Pittsburgh. But also, like you, they came to the wilderness on a quest for knowledge, for learning, for a future as a productive member of society. They came on a quest to learn about themselves and about the world around them. They came to free their minds from ignorance and superstition, from vulgar prejudice, and from the tyranny of others. You have just passed through the Ogilvy gates at the bottom of the hill and navigated Alumni Walk in front of Old Main, a true entrance to Bethany. You've arrived. You're here. You will walk through those gates again a few years from now, the night before your graduation, your commencement, as you leave this home on the hill to go back to the world, taking the name of Bethany with you. But what of it? What of the times between arriving and leaving? Isn't that the important part? This Matriculation Ledger is a book in which all entering Bethanians sign their names as full members of the Bethany family. When you take part in this time-honored tradition, you quite literally make your mark on Bethany history. Our old college is forever changed because of your presence, and generations of Bethanians will be affected by your time here. If you'll bear with me, just to tie us to some historical references, these are some of the entries in this ledger. 180 years ago, in 1843, the original records were lost in the fire that destroyed the college proper in 1858. But Miss Cammie Pendleton's impeccably kept register of students remains, listing all of the students from this time period. Thomas N. Arnold, lawyer and minister of some of the largest disciples' congregations in Kentucky, matriculated at Bethany this year. Jane Campbell McKeever, sister of Alexander Campbell, would serve on the Underground Railroad and founded the Pleasant Hill Female Seminary, Bethany's sister school in West Middleton, Pennsylvania. The first of hundreds shared students, male and female, in the 1840s, traveled over the hill to this old college. Even this early in Bethany's history, students came from as close as the town of Bethany and as far away as Mississippi and South Carolina to study. 175 years ago, Joseph Baldwin, the teacher of teachers and founder of several normal schools, matriculated this year. Archibald Campbell would break with family tradition, made a solid name for himself as a newspaper editor. He signed the ledger. Jephthah New would become a U.S. representative from the state of Indiana. He matriculated too. Students came from across the South, the Midwest, New Brunswick, Canada. John Kinley II and Edward Shaw Tenner were subjects of The Story of an Earnest Life, and residents of Ireland also signed the matriculation ledger in 1848. Edward's commencement speech would be published in the Millennial Harbinger of 1851. 160 years ago, James McCord Nave, himself a successful mercantile magnate from Missouri, is perhaps better remembered close to home as the brother of Colonel Nave of the ghost stories of Point Breeze Manor. James entered the college this year. 5 years later, in 1868, W.S. Atkinson would go to teach mathematics at Disciple Sister School Hiram, and Earl W. Ogilvy, he of the Gates, the Hall of Agriculture, and the nearby Parks and Arts Institute, matriculated this year. In 1873, William H. Woolery, a future president of the college, and Joseph Rucker Lamar, a future Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court, would matriculate. 125 years ago, Some of you may be housed in the Percy B. Cochran Residence Hall at the town entrance. He signed in as a legacy this year. John Marshall, a Deputy Attorney General of the United States and a proud local son, matriculated too. In 1913, Beatrice and Louis Perry, children of Professor Ebenezer Lee Perry, matriculated this year. You can find their memorial stones on campus and in God's Acre. 100 years ago, in 1923, well-respected disciples missionary and Braille translator Dolores Miriam Ray matriculated. She would meet her future husband Dwight E. Stevenson in Bethany, and they would go on to lead the United Christian Missionary Society together. Forrest H. Kirkpatrick, he of the Hall of Life Sciences, you'll probably have classes there, and future dean of the faculty, began his illustrious career at Bethany. 95 years ago, Beach Bottom native Wilma Zimmerman matriculated. After graduating with a degree in math, she was a World War II codebreaker, responsible for decrypting the news of the Japanese surrender. Her first husband, John Berryman, also served as an accountant and signed the ledger with her. 2 years later, Virginia Dare Adderholt, also one of the World War II codebreakers, would join her at Bethany and they would graduate together. Malcolm Rush, the entertainment manager of the likes of Jackie Gleason, Roy Rogers, and Dale Evans, made his mark this year. Noel Weichel of the Cleveland Newspaper Guild would also matriculate. Helen Louise McGuffey, a name that's emblazoned everywhere, in 1933 matriculated. In 1934, for a period of about 60 years, the matriculation logs are missing. The registrations from these students are kept, but the ledgers themselves are stored somewhere in some little hidey hole on campus, unbeknownst to any of us. Some alumni from this period don't remember signing in, but they might remember a fall convocation or walking through the gates like you did. But the names are still listed every year in the commencement programs and the yearbooks, maybe the Meteor, the Kodak, the Log, or the Bethanian. In 1838, T.C. Jones, a vaudeville female impersonator, would matriculate, and Barbara Shutt, a powerhouse in college, camp, and military nursing, would matriculate. Wilbur H. Cramblett, Jr., son and grandchild of Bethany presidents and a fighter pilot, would sign in. 80 years ago this year, the V5 and V12 Naval Officer Training Programs were hosted here on Bethany, one of only 133 campuses in the country. They would matriculate in droves in September. 75 years ago, Rodney B. Hurl matriculated. He's partially responsible for major renovations of the academic parlor and of the Neotrophian boardroom in Old Main and the Judith R. Hurl Educational Center across town. He requested on his tombstone that if there be memories in the afterlife, for me, they would be of Bethany. The late Judge Thomas Bergenthal, serving on the International Court of Justice in The Hague and championing human rights across the globe, signed the ledger in 1953, 70 years ago. In 58, matriculates included multi-sport Hall of Famer Joe Curry. You'll play basketball on that court. Beloved math professor Jim Allison. And Regional Minister Emeritus of the Disciples of Christ in West Virginia, Bill Allen, all matriculated. 60 years ago, they'd be joined by Art Keyes, now a Bethany trustee and a founder of International Relief and Development. In 68, Oscar and Emmy nominee William H. Macy came to study theater at Bethany. 50 years ago, we'd see Gail Frankel, an executive director of the Maxwell Leadership Team and pioneer in trauma nursing, and Ken Beto, our current chair of the Board of Trustees, join the family. Bethany has over 10,000 living and currently working alumni across the globe. A quarter of a century ago, we were again signing the very ledgers that you will sign today. Successful doctors like Tom Waltz, science fiction authors like Theodore Richardson, Emmy Award-winning journalists like April Sterinsky, movers and shakers in international trade and development like Elka Slavova, and senior project managers governing international government contracts like Atif Iqbal remember that day well. A cartoonist or two like Matt Young, and maybe even a simple country math teacher, sat in your chairs and signed this ledger a quarter of a century ago. For almost the last 2 centuries, Bethany has been marked and claimed by great athletes, artists, business leaders, communicators, doctors, government officials, humanitarians, lawyers, ministers, philanthropists, and teachers. We've been marked and claimed by wonderful parents, partners, community leaders, caregivers. We have been marked and claimed by outstanding humans. All roads lead to Rome. Twisty-turny country roads lead to Bethany. Now, no matter the trail you take to study here at Bethany, the clubs you join, the sports you play, the arts and science you produce, today you have claimed us. Your names will be listed here. Let me repeat that. Your names are to be listed here. You will now leave your indelible mark on Old Bethany. Dare to be extraordinary. Welcome home.
Will the student body please rise and refer to your program? The newly admitted members of this learning community present themselves in what we trust will be an eager and open effort to learn and to grow. Will each of you commit yourself to cultivate those gifts of mind and spirit which will enable you better to seek the truth about yourselves, your fellows, and your world? And will you also pledge to affirm the goals of clarity of mind, generosity of spirit, and integrity of action in the tasks of learning which lie ahead of you? Please repeat after me. I will. I also affirm the responsibility I have for my own life, the respect I have for the lives and the purpose of others with whom I learn and work and play, and the willingness I have to join with both these teachers and my student colleagues as fellow learners in a common place. You may be seated. The ushers will move forward and bring you to or dismiss you to come to the tables. As soon as you're done, please return to your seat.
I now ask you to rise for the singing of the alma mater, and please remain standing as we conclude our program.
In conclusion, we would like to invite you and your families to join us for dinner in the cafeteria after this. But before we go, come on back. Welcome, welcome. Let us end well. You are now officially adults, officially college students. Let me bless you in this new journey. A blessing is kind of like a gift we offer to one another, so I invite you to unite your body with your spirit. Hold out your hands as if prepared to receive a gift. This gift I offer to you. I'll wait. This gift I offer to you. May God bless you and be gracious to you. May God give you grace to never sell yourself short. Grace to risk something big for something good, and grace to remember that the world is now too dangerous for anything but truth and too small for anything but love. So may God take your minds and think through them. May God take your lips and speak through them. May God take your hands and do good with them. And may God take your hearts and set them on fire. Welcome home, Bethanians.